Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks DIY Garage. Well, I got a box in front of me because I got a trailer behind you. And I'm about to put some more of these lights on my Harbor Freight trailer here. Now, the reason I'm doing this video, I've already done probably a couple of different videos on wiring these things up. I did one on the actual trailer I bought, the newer one that I'm turning into a dump trailer at some point. Just too far down on the list right now to get that done for those of you that want to see that one. But hopefully fairly soon, hopefully by the end of this summer. But regardless, I did that one. So if you want to know how you properly wire up the trailer for a Harbor Freight trailer, brand new with the lights that it comes with, then go watch that one. Also, I have a video on putting these right here. These are magnetic. They stick to metal, obviously. Lights. And you used to be able to get these all the time for $9.99 at Harbor Freight. Well, I have not been able to find them for $9.99 for a while. They were $19.99 and I bought a set, I think, for that at one point when I needed them. And now you can't even get these, at least I haven't been able to in my area. You can't get them anymore. I even looked online and I couldn't find them. Like, I don't know if they're just out of stock, can't get them anymore, what's going on. But regardless, I couldn't find them at Harbor Freight for $9.99 or $19.99, let alone $9.99 anymore. And all they have is the LED versions of these, which would be nice, but the reason I buy these so often and why I buy these in the first place is because a couple things: they get knocked off, they get broke, they get beat, so I don't want to spend a bunch of money on LED ones for that. These are $19.99 here, and where I found them was Amazon. They look identical from everything, even the little sticker, warning sticker here looks the same. Comes with the same type of wiring right there. Also comes with these junk blue, don't ever use them wiring things. And then some other stuff that you can order from them. For $19.99 off Amazon. I don't know what the name of the seller is. You can look on Amazon, find the cheapest pair you can find, and that's what I did. But regardless, I'm going to put them on the trailer. I used to pull these all apart and wire them up that way. I've kind of quit doing that because I was having corrosion problems and problems with these, because inside here, these have gotten a lot cheaper since the first few I bought, and it doesn't work as well that way. So I took a look at the ones that came off here, and they weren't. They were similar to this, same as this. They just have, these are like swaged in here. They used to have a bolt that came out with a nut on it that would hold it in here, and that would go right through that hole that I showed you. So these you just can't do it that way anymore. So I almost got ahead of myself and put the cover back on here, and then I realized I shouldn't do that. So the last time I did this, I think I put them on this way. I'm going to go ahead and put them on here. That way if I bump into this, maybe it'll be less likely to break this stuff. Although I find what ends up happening is we're backing this thing up or pushing it around somewhere, and bang, this gets smashed into. And it happens no matter what kind of lights are on the back of these things. So regardless, you want the red part of the light facing back. I'm actually going to bring it out just a little bit because I am kind of further back here than maybe original. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and mark it now. And then I have a washer and a bolt. I'm going to stick through here and into there. Come up behind here, I got another washer, a lock washer, and a nut. And between that, it seems to do a pretty good job of holding on. at least long enough until I break it again. And yet again, I just eyeballed this. Quite honestly, I think I've said it earlier. If I haven't, I don't know. But this whole trailer needs to come apart, get kind of sanded down, repainted, all put back together so it's all nicer. Now, here's part of the problem. These wires are coming out this way, and then you'd have to kind of rub them around. I do not want to do that. So, I am probably going to take and hog out of a bit of a hole over here, or see if I can use this right here. I might make it a little bit bigger, but we got to make sure everything gets up inside where it's safe. Then I'm going to go do the other side, and then we'll start running the wires. I took the drill and a file, cleaned this up, made that hole a little bit bigger. I already did this on the other side. And then I took this and kind of wound it around here, went through the hole. I already did it, so I don't want to do another one. I actually did a couple times and made kind of a knot, not a super tight one, but just basically where I could put this up in here like that, and if this gets yanked, it'll pull on this rather than these connections, which is a problem that I've had in the past. Is that this most of the time it seems like the ground wire, this white one here, ends up getting yanked loose for some reason or another. So I'm putting that up in there. Hopefully you can see any of this. Taking that, putting that up there, and we'll stick this bottom part on here and button it up. So the light is right here, and I have this coming over. It's going to go this way and then across the back of the trailer here. Well, I happen to have, and I know my light's not great, I happen to have one of these, and hopefully you can see that. But basically what these are for is they stick on. You put your wire tie through them, and then it sticks to whatever you want it to. Well, a couple things about these. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. You really have to clean everything, or make sure it's really clean before you put this on, or it definitely won't. I actually have some that are bigger than this one up here. I really need to shut this down, but regardless, right now I can't. But I have some up here that have been on here for probably more than a decade, probably going on almost 3 decades. And I've had a lot of people tell me when I bought these ones and used them on my other trailer that they just fall off every time. Yes, they do sometimes, but if you do it right and you clean it really well and put it on when it's nice and fresh and new, they can last for decades, literally. This trailer has got to be hitting close to 30 years old. I bought this when I was about 14, and I'm 47 right now, so there you go. Now you know. Anyways, and I put these on. These were, my dad was an electrical engineer where he worked, and he got me some of these, and I put those on because I didn't like the wiring, the way the wiring was in this trailer from day one. So regardless, that's what I have. You could drill a hole in this and do that as well, but I have these, so I'm just going to bring this up and around pretty much as tight as I can, and I'm going to use a wire tie and zip tie them up. So I got this one right here. As you can see, it's in there fine. Now we're going to go across, and we're going to bring it all the way across here. If you wonder about this little tool, I have a video on it. Makes life nice. Unfortunately, this was my dad's. These things are really expensive, and one of the times. There's my new puppy. I need to go take him out, so I'll be finishing this up. The little knob on the back, I dropped it and it broke, but so far so good. It's working for every wire tie I need. It gets to the right, it's set well. I haven't found that I've ever really used that knob that much anyway, but sadly it is broken now. So I'm going to go along, I'm going to wire tie this all the way across the back. You can use whatever method you want. So now I brought this one through here. Now here, you'll notice there's a zip tie going through a hole right there. Then this comes around, and the back of the zip tie is going around that, back around and zipping through. So basically this side of the wire is holding this side of the wire in, and vice versa. Now this is where these trailers fold. If you plan on folding the trailer, this isn't gonna work for you. I don't ever fold these trailers. So if you're folding these trailers, you definitely need to follow the way they wire them up, or leave slack in certain areas so that you have the ability to fold your trailer up. This is the way I'm doing it. Unless you leave more slack in certain areas like this, you definitely are gonna have problems. So keep your mind on that as well as we're doing this. Now I'm going to do the same thing in that corner going through there. I'm just going to go down and around and zip tie it there, and on the other side just like I did on this side here. So we've gone around this here. Now I do leave a little bit of slack here so it's not rubbing too hard. These are not really sharp edges, but they are metal, so you want to keep an eye on that. You may want to put something, some tape or something around that. Honestly, yet again, this trailer is going to get pulled apart hopefully fairly soon anyway. But then we're going to come down to this corner, and if you were using this trailer yet again the way it's meant to be used as far as lighting, and legally in some states you might need to. In mine, I have checked it out, I don't need it, because this trailer is so short. But you would have to go around this, similar as what I did at the rest of those. Keep going that way, and then, so you were right in this area right here, you'd go all the way out here. You'd have to splice into your wires right here. Now I have a video working on the trailer lights, or trailer brake I should say, in my truck, and I show a good way of splicing into wires. Don't use these things right here. Do not use these. These things are junk. They cause corrosion. They don't work. After a while they just quit working. And I've tried these before in the past, and every time they wind up causing more problems than good. Plus they make the wires weak, so even when you go back to fix them, it's more difficult. So I would suggest not doing it that way, but you can figure it out. But at this point you would need to hook into that, then go across here and into the wiring in your tongue. Now this is not a Harbor Freight trailer. It just has one tongue kind of coming out in the middle here. So, and not too long after I bought it, I took this piece of plate right here, and as you can see, it was open. It was like a C-channel like this. I took that plate and I welded the plate all the way down the tongue. So if your tongue's open, then you can just bring the wires through and kind of bring them forward, kind of like this is here. I don't want to push that too far because I have a trick for that, because I did this. So if you want to try this kind of thing, strengthens the trailer up a lot, but at the same point makes it a little harder to wire. Like I said, that goes all the way back and keeps on going all the way down. So instead of going through here and down there and splicing into the wires, since I don't need that light right there, I am going to come across here and where this is sticking out. I went ahead and used that wire tie stick-on thing. Clean that up good as I can. Scrape some of the paint off, which this has just probably been 10 years ago or more. Just Rust-Oleum green paint. I did actually kind of go through and scuff everything up. I didn't do a great job of sanding, as you can see on everything. I might have missed a few spots. It was just a quick scuff and shoot, so there's a little bit of rust where things are coming off and a little bit of areas where I did a crappy job. But regardless, this stuff has held up awesome. I've been very impressed by that paint. And they are not a sponsor. Anyhow, so I just brought that there, this over this way, and this to here. Now I have tied the end of it and put a little bit of a wire tie loosely on here to kind of hold things from popping off of here. I need to cut that wire tie off. And if you had the actual Harbor Freight trailer, I'm not even sure what would be in here, but because it has the things like this that go all the way out on both sides instead of just going to the front and then having one going out like this, you would just follow it to the front, go across however you needed to go across, and then shoot that way with your wires just inside of here. Yet again, you would need to use something like this or drill some holes in the bottom or top of this where you could tie your wire tie things up. But regardless, this is where we are with this trailer, and I need to pull this through there. And there you go. And there you go. Pulled her on through. Now, because of the way I did this, there's a ton of wire left. So, all right. So I'm going to pull a little bit of this back right about there. I'm going to leave a pretty good chunk out there. And that gives me all this wire right here that I need to deal with. So the first thing I'm probably going to do, so this isn't sticking up too much here. It's kind of too bad this is kind of in my way. I would have probably wire tie this up a little further, which I probably still will do later on when I let this down. But right here, there's a place I can zip tie right here. So another reason why I'm doing this instead of, you know, maybe cutting and splicing it is, first of all, just not a good idea to cut and splice into any wires if you can help it. The second of all, this gives me plenty of extra later on down the road if I do have problems to cut that end off down here. Cut that end off, because that's usually where there's a problem, is down at that end most of the time. Cut that end off, unhook all this here, pull this out so I have extra, and splice a new end on down there. It's just one of those things that it gives you more options as well. And meanwhile, if this is up underneath here like this, it will be much more protected than if it was hanging out on that end down there and being wire tied up, which I have also done in the past and had problems with that. So, because then you end up with not only the sunbake of it up there, but also more of a chance of it getting hooked on something or caught on something, and that just kind of keeps it out of the way. That should pretty much get it done. I know this was pretty simple for most people, but you just never know what kind of ideas people might get from something. You might take one thing out of this entire video and go, oh, that's a good idea. Or you might say, man, this guy's an idiot. He doesn't know what the heck he's doing. Well, regardless of what you think, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.